As traders at Axis Bank expect improved market activity today as investors seek to reinvest their coupon proceeds on the 18th April 2037 bond. Well, Odinaka Linus-Nwokonkwo, Treasury team member at Axis Bank, now joins me for highlights of market movements this week. Odinaka, thank you so much for joining us on the show today. Let's talk about the highlights of activities we had in the week that's come through. First and foremost, we had inflation numbers come through. Then we had the 450 billion naira bond auction as well. Now let's talk about how activities have panned out, narrowing down to today.
So for the fixed income market, what we've seen this week is a bit of a bearish sentiment. Remember that last week Friday we had the Treasury bill auctions which settled on the same day, and that was about 950 billion in excess of about 1.8 trillion, which was subscription. And then on Monday we now had a bond auction where the DMO offered about 450 billion and sold about 626 billion. So that caused a little bit of liquidity squeeze in the market. So we've seen sell-off across the fixed income instruments, especially on the Treasury bill front. A lot of people have been hawking bills with no firm bids in the market. We've seen the short tenor bills traded as high as almost 30%. These are special bills, 29th April special bill, and also the May, while the long end kind of remains sticky at around 21%. Remember that the auction closed at 20.7, so the Treasury bills currently are trading above the auction stop rate.
And in terms of what we should also expect as we move forward into the new week now, how are investors positioning and what should we expect in terms of average yields across the T-bills and then the bond side?
For next week, what we are going to see is, I think the bearish sentiment will continue, albeit it will be a bit minimal, considering that we have about a 207 billion coupon payment on two bonds, the 2029 and 2049. And also, there's also FAC payment expected to come in next week, which would ease a bit of liquidity. And also, next week, we also have an NTB auction, where about 142 billion is maturing, and that will still be offered by the DMO next week. So these are what we'll see in the market next week.
We wouldn't wrap up this conversation without talking about developments within the FX space as well. Now, we've seen the gradual rebound. However, just yesterday, we saw a slight depreciation of the Naira, 1,154 against the greenback. How is that trading today, and how should we also expect the momentum next week?
Well, for the FX market, you could tell that over the past 2 months, we've seen massive appreciation. And however, this week, there's a bit of demand pressure, mostly coming from the offshores, most of them trying to take profit. Remember that they came in around the 1617, so most of them are bid across board, so which is why you're seeing that slight or marginal depreciation. Yesterday closed around the 1,132, which was about 9 naira 99 kobo depreciation yesterday. So we expect this to at least persist for some time, considering that the 1-1 is still an attractive level for these offshore guys to exit and take out their money.
Odinaka, thank you so much for speaking with us today, and do have yourself a lovely weekend. That was Odinaka Linus-Nwokonkwo, Treasury team member at Axis Bank.